Okay. It wouldn't be a series from the Canadian Egg if some stupid shit didn't happen. So, skip to a few minutes in if you don't want the recap, but I have to do a little bit of a recap because something stupid happened. I did a 30-minute part and only 6 minutes of it recorded. I went and collected the last three scans, which is the first steps, gifts, and delivery status. Those were I have all the scans. Like I've not missed any of them, which is a good thing. There's just the final boss left. However, the first steps is at the very beginning of the game. It is in the quiet clearing. It's at the bottom of this ledge. It's right here. It's just on the ground right beside where you spawn. So, a little silly. Then heading into the ice belt to get the earlier scan. Go through these rooms. You want to go through the snowfield. Enter the facility. You then want to go down into the cryopod conveyor. You go down until you get to the proper labs, and you want to take a right and enter the tracking operations. Normally, you have to go through DNA sequencing, go through the morph ball tunnel, and then go to here until the power gets fixed. But it's right back here beside a box. And that is the gifts one. Failing that, or after that, I drove, because I started there. I then drove the bike. I don't think I picked anything up other than an item right, I think it was here or here. It might have been here. I don't think it was there, though. I think it was right here. It requires you to jump off of a rock with the bike. And then you just pick it up in midair. It's in the middle of an arch. I then went over here into Flare Pool, went to the volcano entrance, moved around. There was an item up here, but I think I got that before. Lava Lake Bridge. You go into the main path. You go up, undercarriage, the inspection station, and then entry bay. I think it was entry bay. Was it entry bay? Yeah, I think it was entry bay. It was just over here on a table. Either that, or it was over here in the control. No, it's not in the control room. Yeah, it was entry bay. It's where the big robot, the two little spider bots, and a big robot appear. It was just over here on a table. So, failing that, that was all the stuff. I am now in the great... Oh, after that, I drove up here, picked up some more green crystals. Didn't do anything other than go to this GFS debris. And right here, I talked to the sniper guy. He told me a little bit about his history, how he comes from a family that lives on a moon. And by the time his generation was born, hunting was no longer an option to support his family. So he had to join the military to support his family. And then he gave a beam ammo expansion. I believe now with that, he's going to be here. So you have to get those in order. And then I went into the grape mines. Didn't pick anything up on the way other than a bunch of green crystals. That's mostly what I did, was just the green crystals. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, so failing that, that's all it was. It's really annoying that the part just, like, it was claiming it was recording. I didn't get any error, any message that error occurred or anything like that, but no. Hi. No message that an error occurred. It was just, it happened. It just failed to record. Plenty of the part, so. Okay, there's nothing here. I have to jump down. And then, yeah, once I get to the one room. Sucks that that happened, but... Oh well. I was thinking about making making a horrible joke, like horrible sequence. I'll talk about it, whatever. I'm making a horrible sequence of topics here just to make fun of a VTuber I don't like. That Project Melody. I remember this happened a while ago, but I can make the joke of discussing it during the mines part because she was talking about miners. Talking about how she thinks. Oh, what? Oh, oscillation. How she thinks sexual reproduction should be taught to kids of a younger age. Are you kidding me? How it should be taught to kids of a younger age how to properly do it and all that stuff. And I remember, like, it got brought up in my memory before because I kind of blanked it out. I'm gonna have to do the loop and then go back up to the elevator. It got brought back up to my memory because I remembered a VTuber, kind of a VTuber, he kind of sucks ass, but I was reminded of one called Kaiju Kip. And he was, so I go and look, I was like, hey, I wonder if he's done anything that's not horrible, because he's kind of a shitty human being. Stolen Valor and all that. He talked about how he owns a gun, so he understands just how dangerous the military, like how dangerous it is for a soldier, and he has, you know, all the respect in the world to the military, and he knows what he's talking about because he owns a gun and, you know, all this crap. He of course got in trouble for it, and then played the victim card and being like, people were picking on me. They said horrible things about me because it's like, well, you get what you fucking deserve. Playing the victim card and all that, but then he so I click on him and I'm like, oh, I wonder what he's been doing. Is he still a scumbag? Yes. But it turns out he had a video where he's heavily agreeing with an opinion Project Melody had. If you don't know who Project Melody is, I've whined about her before. She's just a whore VTuber. Goes on Chatterbait, jerks her model off in front of other people, charges premium to watch poorly detailed, you know, tits on a model, just stuff like that. She's basically, if the VTubing world had a resident whore, she'd be the Mia Khalifa of VTubing. But he has a video where he's heavily agreeing with her, and he's like, "Oh, she's right about sexual teaching." So I'm like, okay, what fresh hell is this? Long story short, she apparently, I clicked really quickly off of it, like after like a minute, once I got the gist of what the hell he was saying, or she was saying. Apparently she's trying to speak up and have it so sexual education and the sexual know-how and all that, the proper way to have sex and, all this stuff, tricks for better stimulation, and basically stuff that adults learn to better have sex and stuff like that. Stuff that you learn in sex ed class, various things like that. She thinks the age of that should be increased. Or not increased, sorry, it decreased. She thinks children should be taught that. She thinks it should be taught in grades 1 and 2. Children. Yes, that's exactly what we need to be doing. Let's teach children how to better have sex. Let's give the pedophiles an easier time. Because that's basically what you... Oh yeah, I never actually did mess with this. That's basically what that would be doing. Would be, giving them an easier, better, more fun time. What do kids have to learn from better having, how to have sex better? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The people who would be benefiting from that, from it, children being better at sex, are the pedophiles. That's basically what she's doing. She wants to give them a better time. So I heavily fucking disagree on that, and that just further increases my point as to why I believe she is a garbage human being. I will give my opinion, and say that I do agree with the fact that it shouldn't be a topic that we, as a people, fear. It shouldn't be a topic that people are like, oh my god, you said the word boobies, oh my god, oh, it's so bad. It shouldn't be that. But let's not teach children who don't even know the names of 90% of the bones in their bodies how to properly have sex. Let's not be teaching them that. You want to drop the age down from 17, 18, 19, that where kids typically do learn that, or teenagers typically learn that, and put that to 14, 15, 16. What's the earliest age I think any gender can go through puberty? I think it's girls at 10. If you want to drop the age down to, I say you want to drop the age down to 11 or 12, go for it. That makes a little bit of sense. I understand, yeah, it's a fact of life. We should teach people relatively soon and teach them that's not a topic to fear or be despised. I get that. Let's not teach 4-year-olds or 5-year-olds that. Let's not. Because who would be benefiting from that? It wouldn't be for their benefit. Because what would they be getting out of it? Little Timmy can't even find his dick. Yes, let's teach him the proper way to use it. I don't know. As said, that I heavily disagree with. Well, to an extent I disagree. Again, the only part of it that I do agree with is the fact that we shouldn't shun and fear it as a topic once you get old enough. But no, let's not teach children it. Because they have no business knowing it. I have to jump down further, don't I? So yeah, that Kaiju Kip was like, oh yeah, she's spitting facts and she's entirely right and she's teaching a generation. It's like, no. What she's doing is she's promoting pedophilia. Let's be honest. I don't want to mess with yous. So the long story short, the main joke topic why I brought it up is the fact that I'm in a mine and she wants to teach minors how to have sex. That's the joke I was going for. So that topic out of the window. I don't know what else to mention. Okay, to the right. And then hang another right, yeah. Oh yeah, there was a... I think I needed Spider Ball, right? Oh, I did have Spider Ball here. I think I needed Power Bombs for something. Oh yeah, there was the door that, there was a door that was like, you need, I had to charge it with explosive power. I wonder what the trick is to get rid of the Kaboom ones. Is it Ice Beam? What was this? This was Big Boy. I don't know. That is just a case of if you ever want an actual practical reason as to why I hate that VTuber. Other than, you know, I don't think titties should be your sole personality. Oh. No. As little as I like Fillion, at least she has, you know, ADD and cocaine energy beyond just being a pig. Okay. Yes, ice prevents you from going off, okay. Oh, that's neat. These things are weak to Ice Beam. Although, don't get me wrong, I also don't like Fillion. I don't like any of the ones that their sole personality is, you know, let's spend 35 minutes talking about how many dicks I've blown tonight. Well, that's just my opinion. You like it, you think that's funny or interesting, go for it. If there's a creator you like that talks about that type of crap constantly, but you're also, you know... What? Oh. What was this? Flammable? Yeah. Like, if there's one that, you know, talks about inappropriate shit, but that's not a constant, then, you know, and then you take the good, you take the bad, then sure, whatever, go for it. Actually, to be fair, I don't really care who you like. You're fine to like anybody. I'm not the VTuber police. I can't tell you who you can and can't like. It's just I've given my opinions as to why I don't like certain ones. If you disagree with me, then you disagree with me. Am I? No, only 93% of the items. What the hell? Is the tower gonna have? Oh, maybe the surface is gonna have some. Aren't you the boss? No. Oh yeah? Stuck on this cupcake? Okay. Everybody's dead. Yeah, again, I don't care who people do or do not like. My friend, one of my best friends in the world, he's actually a big fan of Melody. So there's the mutual. Oh, there's the mutual understanding that I do not give a shit about her, and I do not want to hear about her. God, why another one? Another one, huh? Well, that certainly sucked. Is this oscillation or yeah? Fire, fire. Half pipe. I think that's the final E-Tank. Okay. Yeah, this leads down to the main shaft. Hmm? Oh, oscillation? No. Well, I can't come up there. Sure, you know, it would have been nice if the scan told me what I was supposed to do. My only indication was the fact that the ammo refill bugs were there. Okay. There is no boss here or anything here. That was the boss. End this part off once I get up to the surface and title it Unearthing a Bad Idea. Or melody, I can call it Melody Miners. You know, that might actually be a good name for it, Melody Miners. Considering most of the episode I spent talking about her wanting to give pedophiles an easier chance. And the thing is, too, is I will say this, no one's really watching at this point, but I do understand that wasn't her main, that wasn't what she was meaning to say. What she's meaning to say is the fact, she's probably just trying to make it so the topic of sex and prostitution and tits and all this stuff is more, like, people are more comfortable with the topic, so she doesn't get called a whore by people like me who don't care for the topic. I presume that's really what it is. Okay, so I have 94% of the items. Is there 6 up here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, seemingly. Assuming that's the mech part. Or maybe the mech parts aren't a thing, who knows? Yeah, there's nothing there. Nothing here, but there might have been. No. Nothing there. Blairpool doesn't have. Anything, maybe. There might be something in the in-between transits. Who knows? Nothing there. There might be something here in the Chrono Tower. Who knows? But I'll soldier on that there isn't. Oh, I did Volforge already. I did Ice Belt. Fury Green. I don't think there's anything. There might be something at Fury Green if I fill that up. That might be one of the remaining items. Because there's only 5 of the item dots on this map. So, assuming each place has an item, and the mech part does not count as an item, that might be the remaining item. But anyway, next time I will do the... I could do the surface stuff now, but nah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.